All right, folks, welcome to the video. So, there's a few things that I want to talk about so that you guys know what's going to happen on Thursday, like basically this week and next week. So, first, let me just go to the Schoology page. I'm just going to refresh it real quick so that everything's up to date. All right. Okay, so when you go to your Schoology page, it should look something like this. There's going to be a calendar, right? So, there's a calendar here, and then there's a Google Meet link. And then there's a folder that has a date on there. So it's January 22nd and 23rd, which is this week of Thursday and Friday. So let's first talk about the calendar. So in the calendar, what you will see is our plan for for this week and next week, right? So just next week. So there's several things that you need to make a note of. First of all, there's a key here, and the key tells you what this class is for. What the different things are, right? So this class is for IB Physics, and there's a yellow, right? So the yellow tells us what we're actually going to do that day. So for Thursday, tomorrow, we are going to do our study session. Normally, we would have done it on this day, right? Like Tuesday instead, but we're going to do it here. And then the next day, there's also a study session as well, but it's at office hours, right? So what you'll see here is that there's a code right here. So for this code, what you're going to do is, if you want to go to office hours, you are going to go to this link here, and then it's going to ask you to log in, or maybe if you already logged in, right? It's going to ask you to log in. Then once you're logged in, the meeting code is going to be HHSSXIONG, right? So that's the code. Okay, so that's how office hours work. You'll see that there are usually B days at 10 a.m. Right, so this is good for my virtual students. Now, if you are not virtual and you're actually in person, but if you miss class or something, you can actually come to the office hours as well, and I will work with you on whatever you want to work on. Okay, so Thursday we're doing our study session. Then Monday, next week, we're going to take our Unit 4 exam. Normally, we would have studied here and then taken the exam here, then start Unit 5 here. But because of what's happening, we're studying Unit 5 on Wednesday of next week, and then we have a new assignment. Right, so that's what's going to happen for next week, right? This week and next week. Okay. Also, you should know that the calendar is a PowerPoint, and it'll get updated. And one last thing that I want to just talk about is that the expectation here is that you take care of yourself, right, and your sleep, especially if you're virtual, and you should go to all your virtual classes if you need to, right? I mean, you should go, right? And just make sure that you check the day folder for the content that we're learning. If you're virtual only, right? So if you're virtual only, there's a thing that you have to do, right? So for virtual only, you are going to do this attendance post, or it's like a discussion post, okay, that you do. Right now, there's only one question in there. They are going to be basically the same questions as what is going to be on the warm-up. Okay, so that's the expectation there. You will also see that there's a link on here as well. Now, this link is going to take you to the video, right? So that's this video that you are watching right now. And then in that's the video you're watching right now. And here, these are the assignments, right, that we're doing for this week, right, and next week. Right, so if you click on here, you're going to see what you're supposed to do, right? And then, of course, it's your normal thing. You should work on that. And, of course, we have our exam that is coming up. Okay, so that's sort of how this works. Now, you'll see that there's old content in here, right? So all of these are our old stuff. Now, something I should mention is that we're going to move to a day system instead of a week system, just so it's easier to keep track of, right? So especially for my online folks. So, all right, folks, that's about it.